I have decided that I want to. I'm in my FNAF phase right now. I'm in my FNAF phase. I'm 5 nights. Call me 5 nights the way I'm at Freddy's. So I've decided I want to try and tier list every single FNAF game because I'm it's on my mind. It's on my mind. The brainworms. The brainworms. They want me to review the FNAF games. They want me to view them all. Ooh, the brainworms. A single FNAF game drops, and suddenly it's all I can think about. All I can think about is this stupid fucking franchise. I want to do this mostly because I want an official record of what I think of each FNAF game. So that way when a new one drops, I can slide it into the tier list. Secrets of the Mimic will be releasing in December of next year. So I'll put it somewhere in the tier list when that happens. Have you played all of them? I have not played all of them. I do know about most of them. However, there are also the troll games. This right here is one of the troll games for FNAF World. I think this is actually... Wait, is that a troll game or is that the beta patch? This is a troll game. This was one of the troll games for Sister Location. So you're going to rate the ones you have played? I'm going to rate the ones that I know about. So I actually haven't played FNAF. I haven't played any of the past 4 games. I've played World. I haven't played Sister Location. I've played Pizza Sim. I've played UCN. I have Help Wanted, but I haven't played it yet. I haven't played Dreadbear. Never played this. Wait, hold up. Wait, that's Freddy in Space. I played Freddy in Space. I've played Furious Rage. I've played Security Breach, Ruin, this one, not this one, and these two. I'll rate based on what I know about the games and how much I like them. Because I can have opinions on the games without having played them. I do want to play them all. I am such a FNAF nerd that I would like to play all the FNAF games, even the ones I don't like, which I'll get to later. To start off with, FNAF 1. FNAF 1, the classic. The original. Dare I say the best? No, I don't. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. It's definitely somewhere up here, S, A, or B. But I don't know if it's S. Do I think it's A? There's just not a lot to it, you know what I mean? But it was also really innovative for its time. It was the first game of its type. I'm struggling to decide between A and B. Keeping in mind that it was the first game of the type, only one could go on League of Its Own. Correct. there's a reason League of Its Own is there, and it's because morally I don't feel good putting the game that I would put there in S tier. Anyone who knows my opinions on the FNAF franchise will know which game it is. But I don't want to talk about it until we get there. I'm putting FNAF 1 in A tier. It's very simple. It's a very simple game. There's not a lot going on. It's a very small game. And everyone like knows how it works by now. There's been so many fucking data readers, code readers who are able to crack this game to its completely fundamental components and explain how every fucking system works. But from a story perspective, it's very good. Foxy scares me. I play on Mill, so I get jump scared easy. Fair. Oh, I should actually be rating on the jump scares. The jump scares were pretty good in this game, actually. I didn't think about that. They're like very, very quick. The animatronics are like very jittery motion, I guess, is the best way to put it. They attack fast and they attack hard, and I think that's really interesting. I love the 420 mode. 420 mode is crazy. I love all the glitches, like how you can just come and delete Foxy. There's a lot of this game that I really like. So yeah, I'm comfortable leaving FNAF 1 in A tier. Alright, moving on to FNAF 2. FNAF 2, I think... Okay, so objectively speaking, I think it's a step up from FNAF 1. However, I actually like it less, personally. Personally, I think FNAF 2 is a less enjoyable experience than FNAF 1. I think it's... Because there's what I think 12 animatronics in the game. There's more animatronics, but there's less variety in the way that they work. There's just put the mask on for 10 of them, shine the flashlight for one of them and wind the music box for one of them. And I think that's kind of boring. I think if they're gonna have that many animatronics, have a different way to counter each one. Don't have the same counter for 10 different animatronics. That's crazy. That's crazy. Which is why I'm putting FNAF 2 in B tier. I think if there were more different mechanics for the different animatronics, it would be cooler. I like the fact that there's no doors. I think the fact that there's no doors is very interesting. I think it's house power as well, so it's not like... No, it's flashlight power. FNAF 1 is house power, FNAF 2 is flashlight power. So, the flashlight can go down, but the camera cannot. Yes, that's it. I remember. Okay. I'm comfortable putting FNAF 2 in B tier. I think that's fine. The first troll game was for FNAF 3, and I do not remember it. I cannot remember it. Speaking of FNAF 3, controversial take. I like FNAF 3 more than FNAF 1. I know FNAF 3 was a lot of people's least favorite of the original quadrilogy. I like it more than FNAF 1. I think it's really fun luring Springtrap around each room. I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool mechanic. The phantoms look really interesting, and as someone who knows how they all work, very cool mechanics. Obviously, Springtrap's jump scare, everyone is not a fan of, and I get it. It's just kind of him walking at you. But I don't know. I really like this game. In fact, I might bump it up to S. Every time I have the urge to rewatch Markiplier's FNAF series, which is often. I do it often. More than I'm willing to admit. I always start at FNAF 3, then bump back to FNAF 1 and watch the whole thing again. Oh, also, the fucking minigames. The minigames each night. The night minigames. Oh my god. I love those too. The secrets... Still strange. Still very strange. Having to glitch through the walls of different shit, but you know, it's still very fun. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. What's it, Stage 02? Is Stage 02 the one where you have to like glitch through every single version of the same room to try and find the right one? Anyway, FNAF 4. FNAF 4. I'm gonna say, once again, I like it more than FNAF 1. Do I like it more than FNAF 1? No, actually. No, I don't. I think it's about the same. I think it's a bit lower level than FNAF 1, but still A tier. Yes, FNAF 4, very fun game. I like it a lot. I say fun as if I've played it. I haven't played it. I haven't played any of these games. But it is fun to watch. Oh, fucking Nightmare Freddy. Incredible animatronics. I love the sound design of them. I love the idea that they kind of like, you can hear them walking between each room. Obviously you can hear the animatronics in all of these games, but it's never been as obvious as in FNAF 4. I'm not the biggest fan of how Foxy works. I think Foxy's mechanics are a bit unfair. A lot of what I think about FNAF 4 also has to do with the DLC, so I'm going to put the DLC right next to FNAF 4, because in my mind, they're like the same thing. Actually, I might bump the DLC up to ahead of FNAF 4, because it's got a lot of the features of FNAF 4 that I really like. The Nightmare On, gotta be one of the best animatronics. I love it so much. It is such a good animatronic. Nightmare Balloon Boy, fucking creepy as hell. Why does it exist? What's the deal with Nightmare Balloon Boy? Fucking weird. You know what I'm pissed about on FNAF 4? Is that they took out Foxy's tongue. Foxy's tongue was crazy. Wait, Maggle. Maggle is in the Halloween edition. But Nightmare Maggle? Insane character design. I love Nightmare Maggle so much. Okay, yeah. The Halloween edition is above the FNAF 4 in my mind. Easy. Okay. The jump scares look like definitely very violent in this game, which I appreciate. Let's move on to the troll game before FNAF World, which again, I do not remember, unless it is version 1. If it's version 1 of FNAF World, which was the Steam version, before it got taken down, then I'm putting it in B tier above FNAF 2. I'm a huge FNAF World fan. Unapologetically, I love FNAF World. And this was the version before the extended characters were added, which was version 2. This is what I'm assuming this is. Again, I'm not sure. I'm interpreting this as the Steam version, and this is the Game Jolt version. And so if this is just the Steam version, which was the one that was taken down before the Game Jolt version was put up, if this is the Steam version, I'm putting it B tier. I don't like it as much as FNAF 4, I don't think. But I definitely like it more than FNAF 2. Yo! Thank you for the follow! What did FNAF World have? It had the... what's his name? Scott Cawthon fight. I'm pretty sure it had the Chipper and Sons fight. I think the only thing it was missing was the Chica's Magic Rainbow fight. I think. Well, without the Chica's Magic Rainbow fight, I think it is just B tier because that shit was that shit was peak. Actually, no, I'm moving it to S tier. FNAF World is going to S tier. No, that's wrong. I like it more than FNAF 3. Honestly, FNAF World is a B tier. I get it, you know, like I understand it's not for everyone. I really like the minigames. The minigames in version 2, I really like. Chica's Magic Rainbow, Freddy in Space, banger. What else was there? Foxy.exe was a fun one. I really like version 2 of FNAF World. Like, I already liked version 1 of FNAF World before any of that was added, but version 2, God, I love FNAF World. I'm a huge FNAF World fan. This one I actually do remember. This troll game here, I do remember. I think it was a tower defense game where you had to defend your campfire from or it was either a tower defense game or a city builder game or something. It was a fine game. It was like kind of mid, low key. Like there was not a lot to it, but for just something that was thrown out to like tease the release of Sister Location, it was alright. I didn't hate it. I just don't have a lot to say about it, so it's going in C tier. Okay, another controversial take. Sister Location. I did not like. I'm not a Sister Location fan. I really wish I was, because it was the first game with proper voice acting, and Baby is a really interesting character, but I feel like she was underutilized. I feel like a lot of the gameplay elements were confusing. I'm not a Sister Location fan at all. I think Enid was a kind of meh antagonist. I don't know. He's a little bit goofy. A little bit too goofy for FNAF, in my opinion. I say that, but also I really like Security Breach, so I don't know. It's hard because there's not a lot of rationale I can give for why I don't like Sister Location. It's just not at all my favorite. It's easily my least favorite FNAF game, easily. And this isn't to say that I don't like Sister Location. I think it's a fine game. I think it's a bad FNAF game. This is from the opinion of someone who loves FNAF. So this is S to F on a list of games that I really enjoy. You know what I mean? So just because something's in F tier doesn't mean I hate it. It just means that I don't like it as much as the rest. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to Pizza Sim. Pizza Sim has got to be one of my favorites. It's gonna be somewhere up here. Let's see. Compared to FNAF 4, do I like it more than FNAF 4? No, I think Pizza Sim is a pretty comfortable top of A. Personally, A tier? Yeah, you get it. Pizza Sim has daytime and nighttime mode, which I think is really interesting. How you can set up your pizzeria during the... Well, technically it's actually... They're both during the day. Technically, one is before opening, and then the night mode is while the pizzeria is open. and everyone is enjoying pizza in the other room, because they say that. Hand unit does in fact confirm that your guests are enjoying pizza in the other room while you're fending off the animatronics, which is hilarious. Because you could just fucking die back there. The owner of the restaurant can just fucking die while everyone is just eating pizza. But yes, there's the day mode and what I'm going to call the night mode, even though it is also day mode. So you have the building your pizzeria time, which is always fun. There's the mini games as well. Mini games are great. Midnight Motorist. I've seen so many videos about Midnight Motorist. It might finally be solved with 5 laps at Freddy's now. Who knows? I don't want to say solved. I will say it's been more evidence has been presented with 5 laps at Freddy's. We can't definitively call it solved yet, but more evidence has been given. What else do I have to say about Pizza Sim? Oh, the Fruity Maze. Fruity Maze has got to be one of my favorite minigames. Security Puppet, of course. Egg Baby. The fucking egg database that has the that leads to the Henry speech. Not that Henry speech, the other Henry speech. But of course, there's also that Henry speech, which is also good. Yeah, I think it's a pretty peak game. I don't think it's S tier. I think there's a couple things missing from it. I feel like the animatronics could have more advanced AI. I feel like they're very simple in this game. I think the jump scares are missing a bit of quality. They're kind of just PNGs that just flash on screen, which, you know, fine, but not great. The voice lines are very intimidating, though. Especially Afton. I love his voice in this game. Yeah, I think it's pretty comfortably an A. Okay, well, before we get to Custom Night, there's also this troll game, which I don't remember. I don't remember anything about this, so it's going in the don't remember category. And then let's go straight to Custom Night. Okay, Custom Night. For me, Custom Night was pretty good. Do I think it's as good as not Sister Location, FNAF World? Version 1, maybe, yeah. I don't think it's as good as FNAF 4. Okay, I'll put it at top of B. I think top of B makes sense. Actually, no, I do like it a lot. I'll put it in bottom of A. There's a lot of A tier games. The first time I ever streamed a FNAF game was Custom Night, so I'm very biased. I like all the challenges. I think all the challenges are very fun. 50-20 mode is brutal. It's very brutal, but it is doable as well. It's not the hardest FNAF challenge. It is the hardest official FNAF challenge, easily. It's easily the hardest official FNAF challenge, but there are lots of fan games that are way harder. There's not a lot of story there. The story that is there, I think, is very compelling. I think it's very interesting having William Afton be Captain Hell by the one you shouldn't have killed. I think that's very compelling. I think each of the animatronics being so how do you say it? Like nightmarish reflections of Afton's sins of the past, also very compelling. I think the intermissions are very funny. There's a lot that I like about this game. I also like how most of the animatronics have voice lines. They all have unique voice lines when you die to them. And I really like... Who is it? There's Orphan Elephant. There's Happy Frog. And Ned Bear. Their secret voice lines. What do we got here? This is Help Wanted. Help Wanted? Help Wanted is peak. Help Wanted is definitely peak. Do I like it more than FNAF 3? Well, it has FNAF 3 in it, so yes. Do I like it more than FNAF World? I don't know if I like it more than FNAF World. I think FNAF World is what's it called? Help Wanted has more content. It has heaps more content. Help Wanted is a huge game, but I don't know if it's the content there is more fun than FNAF World, in my opinion. Personally, I'll put it middle of S tier. Yeah, same. I like it. It just has to be better than FNAF 3 because it has FNAF 3 in it, as well as more content. It doesn't have the secret good ending, of course. You can't do the secrets. You can still do 359248 though, but you know, it's okay. I like. Ooh, I'll tell you what I really like. I really like the blacklight levels. The blacklight levels for the FNAF 1. I think it's night 5, where it's all black and white. And I think the power goes out sometimes. Very spooky. Very spooky. The withered levels for FNAF 2, also very cool. Also very fun. I can't remember what the blacklight level is for FNAF 3. There's just a lot. There's just a lot that I really like. I really like the tapes. I really like the tapes. The tapes are really cool. Yeah, I think just S is I think just S is perfect. I think S is just where it belongs. Curse of Dreadbear. Curse of Dreadbear was probably my favorite. Probably my favorite? I don't know. No, yeah, it is. It is because it has the maze, which leads to the Vanny Mask. Um, it has the teaser for Security Breach. It has the Foxy minigame where you like shoot the balls. It has a lot. There's so much in Dreadbear that I fucking love. Ooh, actually. Oh, now to think about it. One of my favorite moments of FNAF was the very end of Help Wanted, where you follow Glitch Trap through the door into the backstage room, and then the screen goes dark, and when it comes back up, you're on stage with Freddy's microphone in your hand. I thought that was one of the scariest moments of FNAF ever. If not the scariest moment. So I think personally, I'm actually going to need to bump this up to before FNAF World. Just because of that moment. I think that was probably fucking peak FNAF. Yeah, I think that's fair. Next up. Enough said. I can't remember the fucking name of the game. I know it's AR. What's it called? Special Delivery. I actually think it's unfair to put Special Delivery in the same tier as Sister Location, so I'm bumping Sister Location up to D just so that Special Delivery can be F. It's just a stock standard mobile game. It's just kind of a worse version of Pokemon Go, which is unfortunate. I think Special Delivery had a lot of potential. It just failed to follow through on all of it. It was just a flop from the start, which is unfortunate. I would have loved for Special Delivery to be a cool game, but it just kind of wasn't. And now it's just defunct. You literally can't get it anymore. Freddy in Space 2. I do like the Freddy in Space games. I like the Freddy in Space games a lot. I don't think it's as good as FNAF 2. I think I do like it a lot, but C is reserved for mid. C is reserved for mid. That's why it's the C tier. So I don't think I could put it in C comfortably. I think putting it the bottom of B is fair. No, because the thing is, I don't even really remember it. Like I remember FNAF in Freddy in Space 1 from FNAF World. Wait, no, Freddy in Space 2 wasn't that the one from the St. Jude fundraiser? Oh no, that was actually peak. That one was peak Freddy in Space. No, that's actually better than FNAF World. Low-key. Then FNAF World 1? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Furry's Rage. Furry's Rage is kind of mid. It's better than the sister location troll game, but it's kind of mid, low-key. We've gotten to the point where I'm gonna be a bit controversial. Security Breach is my favorite FNAF game. If I was a morally worse person, I would put it at top of S tier. Because of how bad it is? Yes. Yes. Security Breach is my favorite FNAF game. But I don't think it's a good FNAF game. It's a really poorly made game. So morally, I can't put it in S tier. There's no realm in which this is the best FNAF game, but it is my favorite FNAF game. You know what I mean? I've played a lot of these games. I haven't played them all, but I've played a lot of them. And again, I've never had more fun playing a FNAF game than Security Breach. But it's not a good game. So I'm putting it at the top of the tier list, but I'm not putting it top of S because I morally cannot. Now, Ruin on the other hand was actually good FNAF content. I think it's about the same level as FNAF 1. Yeah, I think I like Ruin about as much as FNAF 1. It's very good FNAF content. I like it a lot. Freddy in Space 3, Chica in Space. Chica in Space was kind of mid. It was kind of funny, but it was kind of mid. No. I'm moving it above the Pop Goes one. It's not Pop Goes, but you know what I mean. Help Wanted 2. Help Wanted 2 I did not like as much as Help Wanted 1. Do I think it's S tier? No, it was kind of lacking, honestly. I feel like Help Wanted 2 was kind of lacking. Man, it was really lacking. I'm liking all of these games more than Help Wanted 2 now that I'm looking at it. Damn. Damn, even Freddy in Space I liked more. I think that's fair. I think middle of B is fair for Help Wanted 2. This game is A tier? Yeah, you know, I get it. There's definitely a lot there for people to enjoy. I get it, but I don't know. I feel like it was lacking a lot of the charm that Help Wanted 1 had. There was so much more. There was so much more in Help Wanted 1 from both a narrative perspective and a gameplay perspective than there was in Help Wanted 2. Help Wanted 2 just lacked a lot of content, which you know. And again, that's not to say it's not a good game. I really liked Help Wanted 2. It's just, it kind of fell flat compared to Help Wanted 1. Alright, now we get to the new stuff. The very new stuff. 5 Laps at Freddy's. The latest Click Team game, the official demo for 5 Laps at Freddy's dropped 2 days ago. It's enjoyable. It's certainly enjoyable. There's not a lot of content yet. There's only 3 courses. There's a lot of animatronics you can race as, which is interesting. Very cool. I like that. It's a demo, so there's not a lot of content. So I can't really rate it too high just because of that. Just because there's not a lot of content yet. When the full game drops, I might bump it up a bit. But I feel like bottom of C makes sense for this game currently. Into the Pit. The latest FNAF game. The very newest one. I did like it. I did think it was a very fun game. I feel like I liked FNAF 4 more. I feel like that's a good spot to put it. Nearly at the bottom of A tier. I might move Custom Night down to B tier, actually. Which doesn't change any of the order. It just... it just feels like there's a bit of a gap between Into the Pit and Custom Night. And the gap between Custom Night and Freddy in Space 2 isn't that great. Is 5 Laps even good? It's a demo, so there's not a lot of content, and what is there is buggy. I think there are some interesting concepts, but I don't think it's a well-balanced game. In fact, I might actually move it to D tier. Now that I'm mentioning it. I think that's it. I think that is the official FNAF tier list according to Jay Kuzman.